So, I'm a person who, if there's something on my mind, I'm not going to be able to sleep. And, what's been on my mind is the community. Um, we've seen a lot of crazy shit in 2020. Oh my God. Like, who would have thought that? I felt like this shit was going to happen, but not in my lifetime. Hoping. But here I am, like, trapped in this bullshit with all of these stupid people. Like, who would have thought that there was this many stupid people on the planet? Of course y'all can take a wild guess and think of who I'm talking about. This administration and, oh my God, these white people. Who would have thought there were so many of them? But, at the end of the day, my ancestors had to deal with it. If you're a person of color, your ancestors had to deal with it all the way back down that line. And if I had children, they would be dealing with this bullshit, and probably their kids and their kids after that. So at the end of the day, we prepped up and we ready. We ready for whatever is really thrown at us. But I think, like, there was that like secret attack from within, from our own community. And it wreaked its ugly face when Nancy Pelosi, along with many other people who are in leadership, posted a picture of them kneeling in kente cloths. Like, I thought this movement was to highlight the fact that Black Lives Matter. And by creating a movement, visibility, to bring to the forefront these challenges that people of color have in this country, that we were enhancing the chance of other people, innocent lives, being affected. But when you see the community so caught up in what the fuck somebody's wearing, I really have to ask black people, and I'm asking every person of color out there, do you really have a problem with the wearing of kente cloths? And do you understand that your problem with the visibility of that is a problem in itself? There's a such thing as progress. And when you have a problem with progress, then you are impeding it. So, if we're trying to make progress and we get involved in a movement, you're not a fucking psychic. So there's no way that you can tell me what somebody felt in their spirit. Okay? All you can do is look at the picture and you can judge the picture based upon. So, to me, since none of you motherfuckers are psychic, then you don't goddamn know what the fuck they was thinking. All you do know is that the image that they are conveying is going to create a chain reaction that will ultimately save black lives. So if you are a person of color and you're looking at a photo of someone who is ensuring that people like you don't end up like George Floyd, which could happen tomorrow or tonight, somebody can kick in my goddamn door and shoot me dead, you're impeding my justice. Because you got a problem with a photo of somebody wearing a goddamn kente cloth. How fucking petty and ridiculous can you be as a person of color? We expect that from middle America. We expect that from this administration. We don't expect that shit from you. And there it is. The reason why there is no progress. Because for every 2 steps forward that you take, you got to take 3 steps back for them ignorant ass. I want to call it something else, but can't do it on here because the video probably won't post. And you know me, you probably know that I'll tell you to your goddamn face when you act, if you act a clown. But you are just as responsible. What you do not realize is that if you do not vote, if you have a problem with all the things that are going on, but you're impeding the progress, then you're just as guilty. You might as well be you might as well have your knee on a black person's neck, because you stimulate uh, the progress. You impeding progress. You're always in the way. So instead of, us moving forward, now that we have all hands on deck, everybody's willing to step forward and create solutions. You're trying to impede it because you got a problem with somebody wearing a goddamn kente cloth. There are lives at stake here. People's lives are at stake. And your arrogance in assuming that you're a goddamn psychic is impeding the progress of allowing these people to continue living. If we do not create legislation at this point in time, then anyone who dies because of that, their blood is on your hands. Because you impeded that progress. You don't got to, if you feel some kind of way about it, you ain't even got to say shit. But you don't have to create a culture of dissension in which we can't then get the shit accomplished. How long have we waited to have somebody acknowledge? When have you ever seen white people across this country kneeling? Certainly not at NFL, and a lot of you motherfuckers didn't have a problem with it then. You was still watching NFL. A lot of you motherfuckers keeping up with the Kardashians and don't have a problem with that appropriation. But when it comes to legislation being enacted in order to help your ass or your people or your cause, because you all about Black Lives Matter, well, how much does Black Lives really matter to you? As long as it doesn't impact your arrogance. Y'all something else, man. And I had to call it like I see it, because there is no excuse. There's no excuse for that shit. People's lives are at stake, and you are sacrificing them for your own arrogance. That's ridiculous. Do better.